Nick Bosa's out for the year. Does that knock out your 3-0 excitement? Trey Hendrickson might be on the team. Cam Jordan might be on the team. There's a bunch of sucky teams out there who are not going to care about their players come trade deadline, and they're going to be looking to shed. And the 49ers have the cap space to do it with expiring contracts. We've got competing emotions. There's no question about it. You're 3-0, Niner fans, but you also lost one of your best, and you didn't lose this one temporarily. You lost him for the rest of the year. Nick Bosa's gone with a torn ACL. So those two things get into a little boxing match inside our bellies. You won dramatically. You're 3-0, and you feel like you're stealing right now. You don't even feel like the Niners have played great football. Yet you're 3-0 with 2 division wins. You're sitting there in first place, picking your teeth, looking down at the Los Angeles Rams. Isn't it wonderful? And in the back of your mind, you're like, plus we're going to get better. We're going to acquire a quarterback. We're going to acquire a tight end. We're going to acquire some really good receivers. Acquire. Bang. Nick Bosa's out for the year. Does that knock out your 3-0 excitement? Or does your 3-0 excitement find a way to navigate through the disappointment and just that bummed feeling, that pit in your stomach? And does it end up winning? What wins? The excitement of 3-0 or the devastation of another torn ACL for Nick Bosa? Within you, what's winning? Is it the 3-0 exaltation sensation? Or is it the depressive nature? Thank you. Is it the depressive nature of Nick Bosa's out for the year?
It's the 3-0 because 3-0 is 3-0. And yes, Nick Bosa's out for the year, and that sucks. And I feel for him, and I feel for Cheryl, friend of the program, and all the rest of it. And this is now the 3rd time he's torn his ACL. And I was looking back at his history. It sucks. And I was thinking about Nick Bosa and his ligaments because I remembered back in high school, before he went to Ohio State, he had the torn ACL. And I actually looked it up. And Cheryl Bosa was the one who reported it, saying, yeah, it was a partial tear of his right ACL. And then back in 2020, it was the left ACL, and now it's the right ACL again. And so part of me thinks it's really sad for Nick because
for sure
he may never be the same player again. He's now torn his ACL 3 times, 2 on the one side, 1 on the other. That's for another day. I know he can rehab and still be a very good player, but in the short term, yeah, you're 3-0, and you have a really good defense without him. You played really well without him. You have an offense that is getting healthier and getting better, and you're 3-0. And, you know, it's football, Mark, and you've talked a lot about it. Like, injuries are 100% guaranteed for everyone. Maybe not this bad, but you're a team that is 3-0. You can't be better than 3-0. You're not going to go 17-0, but can you be? I mean, you're allowed to.
You are.
Only a few teams are allowed to still in the NFL. And so I feel really, really bad for Nick because, God, he's playing so well. And you watched it happen. And I actually thought immediately the worst. I didn't know if it was an ACL, but the way his knee bent and the way he was kind of pushed and contacted, I thought, oh, boy.
Yeah, it's non-contact.
Yeah. I mean, it was minor contact, but the knee just went boom. And so I thought, oh, my God, the worst. And so, yeah, you feel terrible for Nick, and you realize that the team has got to go forward, but you're 3-0. That's awesome.
They're 3-0.
3-0.
And they're kind of 4.5-0. They're 2-0 in the division, and one of them's on the road. So that's worth 2, and the Cardinal game's worth 1.5. The Niners are 4.5-0.
Whatever you want to do with your fractions.
That's what I want to do.
You get crazy with your fractions.
Well,
if you beat Jacksonville and you lose to the Rams and you're 4-1 and the Rams are also 4-1, well then
you're in second place.
Right.
So that's worth a loss and a half. So then you're down to
whatever.
6.5.
However you want to do it.
Carry the 2. You get what I'm saying.
I totally do.
This game is bigger. This game is bigger than your sexy matchups against the Cowboys or the Packers or the Lions or the Eagles or whatever. This is bigger. It's a Cardinal division team. And by the way, they lost a really big horse too. I think very highly of Trey Benson. I think their running game is going to survive for now, but they lost a really good football player too. And they lost a game. So to them, that feels like they lost 1.5. Plus they had the lead with 2 minutes to go. What wins out in the end with the way you look at it? For me, this is why the 3-0 start outweighs the bummer nature of the Nick Bosa injury. The reason it wins out is I try like hell in these seasons to stay right where we are. It's absolutely why I reject Super Bowl or bust on you every year. I don't ever like it. I don't care.
That's not it this year.
No, but
that was last year.
To me, but it's never. It's never, because it's why I don't like playing win-loss on the schedule game. I don't know who's going to be available in December. But I will tell you, same thing here in the positive direction. I don't know who's going to be on the team in December. Trey Hendrickson might be on the team. Cam Jordan might be on the team. There's a bunch. Have you all watched the NFL? Some sucky teams out there who are not going to care about their players come trade deadline. And they're going to be looking to shed. And the 49ers have the cap space to do it with expiring contracts. Hendrickson comes up because his agreement with the Bengals was not a big deal. They agreed on a 1-year expiring deal. He's perfect. And you could say, well, but the Bengals are 2-0. Give me a break. They're not going to be they're 2-1 now. Did you see them? They're done.
I started Jake Browning.
They're done.
Well,
they're done.
I mean, he's allowed to play better, but that was a struggle yesterday. And it was not all him. They turned the ball over 71 times.
It's incredible.
I mean, wow.
They have a bad defense already, and now their offense is missing their quarterback. Like, they're not going to win a lot of football games. So that's an interesting target. And I don't know where this is going to go, but if the Niners record, when does the trade deadline come around? When is that?
Usually about the end of October.
Right. And so the Niners will be, 9 games in?
Something like that.
Like if they're 7-2 or something like that, which is beyond reasonable, they'll make some moves if that's what they feel like is necessary. So I don't run the Nick injury through the Super Bowl prism. I just run it through right now. And can they continue to function over the next couple of months without Nick Bosa? Yeah, at a lower level. But yeah, they can still. I don't think they're going to win all the games, but they can still win some of them.
Of course.
For sure.
November 4th is the trade deadline. So roughly 6 games until you get to the deadline. And, you're allowed to trade before that. Famously, they had the Jimmy Garoppolo trade, which was on Halloween, October 31st, way back when they picked up Garoppolo. So they could make a move earlier than that. And, it all comes down for me to see what you have. You drafted all these young defensive players, and now you got Mykel Williams who can play outside. Your interior defensive line has been really, really good with Collins and Davis, and Huff has quietly been better than you would have thought. So I don't know if you are going to be that desperate just yet in the short term, and we'll see. You play 2 or 3 games, you see how everyone else can fit into your defense, and you act accordingly.